It's day 29 for Diddy behind bars. Now, a source telling ET being in jail has been a scary situation for him and his children.
You guys have any comment going into court?
With Dad in jail, we're told the family's been leaning on each other and trusted friends. Quote, "It's a very tight circle at this point, and they have been careful about who they speak to."
Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires.
As for the embattled media mogul, our insider says Diddy's struggling with the food, sleeping arrangements, and schedules. His bail's been denied, but he's still hoping for any alternative to being in a jail cell.
He has been ready to defend this case since he first found out about this case.
Diddy's legal team previously proposed travel restrictions, GPS monitoring, and drug testing in lieu of his Brooklyn detention stay.
It has to be more of a culture shock. He would be locked in that cell 23 hours a day. There will be a bed. There will probably be a steel toilet with no seat on it, 3 showers a week. My advice would be keep quiet, keep to yourself.
According to People magazine, Diddy's attorney revealed the worst thing about jail for his client. Quote, "I think the food's probably the roughest part of it."
The meals are supposed to be nutritionally balanced and edible. I don't know that they are, based on some of the things that I've heard.
Diddy's trial for sex trafficking and racketeering charges is set to start May 5th. Meanwhile, ET's source says Diddy's worried about what his future holds, but is trying to stay hopeful for his own sanity.
Trial will start May 5th, 2025, now that the superstar is in federal custody, accused of sex trafficking. The New York-born rapper and producer has pleaded not guilty, but the indictment says that Combs coerced and abused women with the help of a network of associates and employees while using blackmail and violent acts to keep his victims from talking. Thursday, Combs' family filed into court and then sat in the second row of the courtroom to listen to the status hearing of this case. That is where they learned that the feds have seized 96 electronic devices belonging to Combs, all of them picked up during search warrants of his LA and Miami homes, and once from him at an airport, and most recently when he got arrested last month here in Manhattan. Prosecutors say technicians are going through them, but they've run into some issues, specifically saying that technology is outpacing the government's ability to extract data. We also found out that this trial should run at least a month. The prosecution saying victims will testify, the defense not saying who it'll call. This afternoon, the defense asked the judge to put a gag order in place after it accused Homeland Security agents of leaking information. A prosecutor then slammed the defense for some comments that it's made to the press. The judge signaling he's not opposed to limiting what can be said. When it was all over, Combs turned, stood up, and smiled at his family the way that he always did from the red carpet, this time from the defense table.
And rape, and all of the individuals are remaining anonymous out of fear, according to the suits. One complaint actually includes an allegation of sexual assault and rape against a woman in a Manhattan hotel room when she was just a 19-year-old college student. We've reached out to Combs' legal team for comment, and we have not yet heard back. And these are the first civil suits being filed by Texas-based attorney Tony Busby. He was the one that held the press conference last month saying that he was representing dozens of accusers. And he says that the reason that he's filed these suits, I spoke with him earlier, and he said that these are the ones that he was able to corroborate first, that he is still planning to name other high-profile defendants. Now, these suits just name Combs and his businesses, as well as a hotel and another location where an incident allegedly took place. And, you know, this is all happening just less than a week after a New York judge has now said that Combs will separately face his criminal trial on May 5th. You know, the only civil suit that he has settled so far is the one with his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, who filed that explosive suit alleging sex trafficking, which sort of kicked all of this off last year. And she is central to the criminal allegations against him. And remember, those federal prosecutors, they say that they do plan for a potential superseding indictment with more charges.
Chloe Moas,